Hey everybody, welcome back to Outfits Garage, where the heat today is an outfit. Yep, as you can see in the back of the truck, I got some pipe and some fittings and stuff back there. What that is, that's some conduit to run my wire through so that I can get my shop hooked back up. I'm doing it a little slow. That's about $210 worth right there. Yeah. Just to bury it. But anyway, we gonna try to get this hooked up hopefully today. We're gonna work while we can and take a break while we can, because it's hot. It's hot in this truck. All my outfits in this store here. Went in there and looked for some stuff, and they didn't have it, but she got a couple things, and I'll just show you where we're at. Yeah, Hobby Lobby. Yeah, that's where we're at. Got all them stores down through there. Got a new Academy coming in right down there. But Academy Sports, that is. But anyway, I'll be back with you here in just a little bit and show you what we got going. Whew. That's what we got going. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's still hot. Sun's going down. I don't know, I think it's about, what, 95, 98, something like that today. And it's just too hot to be out here. So, come out here and the sun started going down. It's still hot. But we're trying to do a final clean out on this ditch, and it might be all right. Get it to about right there where you're at, and we'll call the rest of that good until we get up there to the building. But yeah, it's hot. We're trying to get some electricities back out here in this shop, and we see what we can get done. I'm gonna throw a clip in here of a man that ain't quitting. He ain't quitting. I'll let you know he ain't quitting.
Wait.
Doing a light cut on this road, trimming some grass back. The road isn't that bad, it's got fresh gravel on it, but I gotta clean the grass up on the edges, so I'm doing a light cut. I'll have to deal with the grass here in a little bit. But it's got to be done. It's been so dry you can't hardly blade. So I caught this road after a rain, and thought I'd come over here and knock it out real quick. Yeah, I'm blading in 4th gear because it's a smooth road. Not many rocks in it. almost the end. I'll catch you in a bit. All right. We're back, spreading back on this little road. Had all the grass. If you'll notice, there's grass coming out right here. Can't hardly see it. I did shut the doors, that way you can hear a little better. But if you'll notice, wad of grass hanging off the end of the blade. Well, what I do when I'm spreading back, first pass back, see that little green light? That is a float button. I control my height over here, but I float it on this side on the first pass back. The reason for that is that I just let it kind of keep what it wants to keep over here, and shoot out what it don't want on this side. And then when I come back with my last pass, I'll work my blade accordingly. But that'll keep a little bit of crown in the road, and it helps deal with some of this grass. It just seems to work better doing it this way, or you can work yourself to death with grass in a road. So this is the way I've found it's easier on a simple blade job. So I'm not trying to worry so much about setting grades and blue topping and all of that. That's not my business. My business is just keep a smooth road for the public, and that's what I do, and it seems to work out really good. This grass will kind of feather its way out. If you notice, I don't have great big wads of grass blowing out this side. I do have some hung right there, but that's not a big problem. It'll all get worked out in a bit. But you can see pieces of grass in that rock. But it's working out really good. I don't bring my gravel all the way back to the edge, because if you do that, you're going to lose some next time you blade. I try to keep my gravel toward the middle of the road, because when people drive on it, it'll blow the gravel out to the edge. Just the way I've done it. I've been here doing this stuff for close to 20 years, so I've learned a few tricks. Some people may call that lazy, hitting the float button, but it's just what I seems to work better. And I've got my blade rolled all the way over, because I'm not trying to cut anything. I'm spreading back, and this way I can watch the edge of my blade, and I can see exactly where the grass and the rock and everything's coming out at. So when I'm cutting, I'll have my blade rolled back. But when I'm spreading back, I'll always roll my blade forward, because it just works better. I can keep an eye on my edge and see where I am on my grade, actually. So anyway, that's what we're doing here today on Outfits Garage grading lessons. I'll get off of here. I'm almost at the end of the road. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Outfits Garage. I showed y'all a little bit of trying to get our electrical hooked back up. I showed you some road grader action. I don't always show that because I'm usually busy and don't have time to mess with my phone to do any recording. But I thought I'd take y'all along a little bit on that. It's a good straight road, easy to, it was smooth and easy, and I didn't have to have both hands working. So it was just going really smooth, and I thought I'd take y'all along with us to show you what we do on a daily basis on my job. running for the road department. So anyway, I'm back out here in the yard where we were working on that ditch a while ago, earlier in the video I should say. Show you what we got done. As you can see, right here is where we had the split. That's where the line used to go. Went right around into that building and it hooked in. There was a meter loop underneath that pole right there. That's where our power comes in. Well, I've showed y'all, I believe I did, how that meter loop, one of the connections had fried, so we had to move that. They moved it over to the side of the house, got everything all brand new and fresh there. But as you can see, we've got this all done, got it all reburied, got our wire running through it. Matthew's done most of this covering back up for me, because I get out here and work a little while and I'm done. But he has really worked hard, got this looking good, up to grade. We got our wires, as you can see right here, coming back in. This right here is going to be going out to the shop, to my big pipe, because that's what I already had. I already had this pipe right here. And this pipe is what you seen in the back of the truck the other day, or a little bit ago, I should say. It's been a few days. And I've already got that hooked in. This is an old breaker box that I had, a disconnect box that I had on that pole right over there. And I reused it over here to save some money. And got this conduit. I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to come in and tie it into the top, because that's my feed wires coming in. Well, I ran into a problem whenever I ran them up here. The reason doing this, the only reason for putting this box up here and running these wires up here and making a junction is so that I can have power in this building. I can tie on piggyback right here on these junctions, at least one of them, and I have 110 in this building here. And if I wanted to, I could piggyback and have me a 220 outlet inside, but I don't really need that. 110 is enough. My wires used to go down right over there, as I've already told you. Went down that side, tied into the side of the building on that side. Now all I got to do is get me probably some 3/4 conduit, come right out of the top or out of the bottom, either one, I don't care. Run it right around top of this building, right around there, and hook it right back into that box, and I'll have power back in there as soon as I get this all hooked up and done. As you can see, Matthew's worked on this. He's got this all covered, getting ready to get some concrete for this. We'll be pouring this back full of concrete, some Quikrete. But I don't have enough wire, since I ran it up on the side of the building. And if I'd have done it down low, it would have been better. I'd have got me some more room, but I wouldn't have saved that much. But what I'm going to have to do is run right here and run right over here to another disconnect box. Come out of that, because I don't want to. That's the only way I can do this, folks. This wire is $5.29 a foot. That's for the wire that I'm using, and it's 6'3". It's enough to run the shop. It does fine. It might not be up to code. It might not be what all electricians say I need to have, but it works. It works fine. I ain't had a problem out of it. A matter of fact, I had an electrician tell me, he said it'll work as long as you're not running everything at one time, and we don't do that. So I'm gonna run me a disconnect box right here, keep it low. I'm gonna come right out. I've got me an elbow here somewhere, right there. I'm gonna turn it right up, and I'm gonna come in right there. I've got a box, a I forget what they're called, but they fasten right here. And it's a short 90. And then you come out of that, and I'm going to turn and go that way with it. So, go right beside that wire, or that conduit, go right underneath and go right over here into this. And then I'll buy, believe it or not, the wire from here to there is going to be $140 just for the wire. So just think, if I was to buy the wire from here, from enough to go from here to that box, which is about 75 feet, well, not 75, it'd be half 75. What's that? Anyway, it's well, yeah, it'd be about 75 feet. To buy that, I figured it up the other day, it was $300 and some odd. And I could, right at $400, I could have enough wire to run from here to my breaker box and not have to have a junction. Well, here's the problem. I can get another disconnect box and put right here and mount me a 110 outlet off the side of it, and just enough wire to do that for cheaper. So I'll have another disconnect right here, which I don't need all these disconnects in this line. I'm just doing it for junctions. But that's I can get that box for $50 and the wire for $140. So I'll be in there about almost $200 cheaper. So, and it'll provide me with another 110 outlet right here. I could put one off side of that, but that box is about to get full. So I could put my little 110 outlet right here. And hey, I can run my pressure washer. I can have whatever I want right out here. Battery charger, or I could bring my welder up here and work on something right here. Yeah, do whatever I need. So that's my point that I'm trying to make. So I'm going to do this, and it's going to save me a little bit of money. And this, I'm going to have another 110 outlet right here. I've got room for it. So I've got this port right here, which I'm going to have to put a big washer in there. But I can make a 110 outlet right there. So I can come in, have me a junction. So I'll have me some power on the side of the building. I've actually got power right behind all this junk piled up. There's a receptacle right there. So I might not do that right here. I've got a receptacle. So save me a little bit of time and money and effort right there. And hey, we're almost done with this. We'll be back in the outfit. We'll be back working. We'll be back to Outfit's garage again, because things are getting behind on us. We're dragging. Matthew hadn't been dragging. I got a blue jay right up here in this tree, making a lot of racket. By the way, been on my carnivore diet. I had me a little bit of a setback for 1 week, but I'm down 14 pounds. I'm pretty tickled about that. Let me get you turned around. You can't hardly see real good, but he's got the body on this car. He has worked on it and worked on it and worked on it. The body is on. It's a little bit dark in here because we don't have any lights. This car, as soon as we get lights, we're going to fire back in on this in here, the old 88 car. Took this to Sykeston a couple years ago, if y'all remember, and drag raced a dirt track car at Sykeston. But this old car here, all we got to do now is put a couple brackets in here, fasten the roof. The body is on. So he's done a really good job on this. So I got a guy that says he wants it, but I haven't seen him make a comment in a while. So I may have to give him a holler, see what he wants to do. But We got that to work on. We still got old Smoke Show back here. He's sitting back here going, what about me? What about me? And then we got Little Red over here. We got Little Red sitting right there, just waiting in the wings, waiting on his chance. We got old Smoke Show right over there. He's saying, what about me? We got a little awning for the chickens out here. Keep the sun off of them. A little shade there and helps them get a little bit of a breeze. But anyway, we are working on this a little at a time. And we're getting there. I'm not breaking the bank doing it. I'm not hurting our budget doing it. I'm not putting us in a bind doing it. So, well, I say putting us in a bind. I hadn't been going out and eating lunch during the weeks. I've been carrying my lunch. Hey, let me tell you, you can save about $100 a week. Just carry your lunch instead of going to the store and eating. So that's how I'm getting this stuff done here. Carry your lunch to work. We used to have in Little Rock when I was a kid on channel, I believe it was channel 7. Used to have Gary Ware. He was the announcer at Hot Springs at the horse track down there. I can't remember. Oaklawn Park down there at the horse race track. He was the announcer down there for years, but he was Bozo before that.
Yep, it's Bozo, Gary Ware. From 1966 to 1991, he entertained thousands of Arkansas kids.
Oh, wow. Wow.
A visit to his home brings it all back. He had a slight stroke recently, his speech a little slurred, but there's nothing wrong with his mind. He can recall stories easily, like why he got picked to be Bozo by the station manager.
He said, you've been here 2 years, and you haven't done anything serious yet.
Bozo was a franchise at that time. It was on in markets all across the country. Gary was taught to do the makeup.
It took me about 45 minutes to completely get ready.
3 weeks before he was to start, Gary flew to Boston to watch their Bozo. And he didn't like it at all. The kids in the audience were bored. When he came back, he had a better idea.
I told the manager of the station, I said, we need to make the children the star of the show and Bozo's the host.
And did he ever follow through in so many ways?
And it's old Kyle Hammond over here. And how you doing, Kyle?
Fine.
They played games.
On your mark. Get set. Go!
Bozo would lead them in dance moves, with each kid getting close-ups, and there was the most famous segment of all, Bozo's interviews.
You know what I noticed about you, Tim?
What?
You're awful short to be so tall, aren't you?
Yes.
One that people come up to me this day and time and say, do you walk to school or carry your lunch? You know. And
where did that come from?
Well, I made that up myself.
Are you for real, or are you just a doll?
Just a doll.
And kids got their pictures made with Bozo, pictures and videos that many people still have today. It all worked, maybe a little too well. There got to be a 5-year waiting list to be on the show.
People would call in, my little girl's 3 and I want to get her on the Bozo. Okay, you can bring her when she's 8.
And how old are you now?
4.
How old were you then?
3.
And so it went for a quarter of a century. Earlier this year, Gary was voted into the Arkansas Entertainers Hall of Fame. And bringing it up on Facebook recently produced a huge response. But why? When Bozos across the country would come and go in all these markets, Gary Ware, the Arkansas Bozo, had staying power. What was it about him? Why Gary Ware?
We did an appearance up at McCain Mall, and there were 5,000 children there that stood in line for hours, and I had to remember this. That last little boy that walked up to me, as far as he was concerned, he was the first one. And I had to make him feel like that.
That's why.
I sure want to thank you for watching us, though. And hey, we'll see you the next time right here in the Big Tough Show. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye, everybody.
Anybody remember Bozo? Bozo the Clown. If you're a Gen Xer, y'all probably remember Bozo. Especially if you're around this area. I know a bunch of my buddies and a bunch of girls I went to school with got the opportunity to go to the Bozo show a few times. Of course, we was little, you know, grade school age, you know, young, probably 6, 7, 8 years old, stuff like that. But the reason I brought him up is I was talking about carrying my lunch. He always had a saying. He would ask them little kids, he'd say, "Did you carry your lunch or did you walk to school?" Boy, they'd have to think there for a minute. Some of them would say, "I walked to school," and others say, "Well, I carried my lunch." So they had to think hard on that one. He's pretty swift on them now. Did you carry your lunch or did you walk to school? So I kind of miss old Gary Weir. He was kind of a comedian to watch. But anyway, bringing up a little long time ago childhood. You say you remember when you was 5, 6, 8 years old? Yep. It's been a long time, but it ain't been that long. Ain't been that long. I ain't that old. But anyway, we're gonna get around here. I was trying to wrap this video up, let y'all see what's going on. Hey, I got some information. This mini stock, I hear by word of mouth that there might be a class opening up next year over at Plumerville, Arkansas, $2 Speedway, $2 Pistol Speedway they call it, that they may be running these mini stocks again. And if they do, we will bring you along. I'm going to do some more research. This thing hadn't been started in 2 years or 3. So we'll get us a good hot battery, bring us an air tank up here. We'll have to be looking for us a new set of tires. These are old and dry rotted. But yeah, we'll see if we can't get this old thing fired up, running again. And we'll see if we can't make a lap. We didn't do too bad in this little thing. I don't think we ever finished out of the top 10 or top 5. This little car was pretty good. That's the reason why it looks good. It's not beat up. Ain't got a dent in it anywhere around on it. The only place it's got a bad spot is right here where I got into a guy because he kept cutting me off going into the turn, and I'm running second and he's leading. And which that's part of the game. I wasn't mad at him or nothing, but I wanted to let him know that I was there. And I got into him a little bit, turned him sideways going in the corner, and backed off, let him keep his spot, didn't mess nobody up. And he stayed in front of me, but he watched how he throwed his car down in front of me next time. So, but if you can see, this old car is straight. We raced this thing a year and a half, and ain't got a dent in it. Well, let me take that back. Got one right here. My old buddy, Michael Davis, he spun out in front of us one night, Plumerville, $2 Pistol Speedway, and hit this tire, which bent that fender just slightly. You can see it just a little bit right there. We got it beat back out. But this whole thing needs pulled out and washed, cleaned up. It looks horrible from setting the dust on it. But we'll get this thing out and running. That thing sounds like a V8 sitting there idling. A little 4-cylinder in it. But yeah, we might get to race that thing again. But anyway, I've been on here way too long talking, jibber jabbering on here way too long, 17 minutes and a half. So I'm gonna get on off of here, guys. Appreciate y'all jumping on here with me. Hit that like button, subscribe button, leave us a comment. I read them all, and I talk to everybody. People that like us, people that don't like us, I don't care. But tell somebody about us. We will be back to work here real soon, and we'll have some content coming out, race car content, race truck content. Won't be long. We'll be going No Name Nationals, Saxon, Missouri. We're paid up, entry fees paid, so we've got to get a truck going to be able to get there. So anyway, got to get off here, guys. Catch y'all later. Russell here saying God bless you. Outfits Garage is saying keep a hammering.